everything should be set. But hello, guys. This is the Active Cowboy, or my name is CJ Vasquez, also known as the Active Cowboy. But now that the football season's over with for now until at least August, we are doing sub-genres now, basically, of content. So Sundays, Active Hedgehog. Wednesdays, the Active Anything. So basically, it's fair game. It's not just strictly football content that we'll talk about, like football news. We'll also talk about some Sonic news that's on the way and some other news that's that we like to talk about. And till April, I say 24th, 25th, we will be doing NFL mock drafts. So probably like episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, possibly 6 maybe. We'll probably be at the end. We'll do NFL mock drafts, and so I hope everyone does that or likes that type of content. So just to kickstart the news to Cowboy news, it has been rumored that a young quarterback, like the Cowboys are going to be drafting a young quarterback in the draft to sit behind Dak, because obviously we have lost. We're probably going to be losing Cooper Rush. He's a free agent this offseason. And we're losing Trey Lance as well, too. And the Ravens, that leads into the next thing I was going to talk about after that one, but Trey Lance could be possibly picked up by the Baltimore Ravens, because it was leaked that when San Francisco was trying to get rid of Trey Lance after, Brock Purdy was a big sensation in 2023, that the Baltimore Ravens wanted him and wanted to trade for him, but they just picked last moment. They didn't want him, and the Cowboys obviously swooped in for getting him for a 7th round pick in return. It was dumb and retarded in my opinion. So I guess now that he's going to be released, he's going to be a backup quarterback for Lamar Jackson. So that's fine. I don't mind Trey Lance going somewhere else. He didn't really do anything for us. Just looked terrible. And obviously he still remains an NFL bust in my opinion. He hasn't really done anything besides having that 1 year in college. That's all he did. And for the young quarterback, for the Cowboys to draft a quarterback, it must be in the 6th round, because there's no way that there's any young quarterback still left in the draft that could possibly be a replacement for Dak, unless you're trying to get a Jackson Dart or a Quinn Ewers, but they're probably going to be 2nd or 3rd round guys, so I don't even know what other quarterbacks are available. We'll look back onto it next week, but I mean, you're definitely going to be needing some more quarterbacks, backup quarterbacks, so maybe you can look up getting Tyrod Taylor or Marcus Mariota, or maybe Ryan Tannehill. He took a year off of being a quarterback, so maybe you can grab him to be a backup quarterback for Dak Prescott, but you need to start looking for somebody, because you're about to lose Cooper Rush and Trey Lance. And free agency starts in 2 weeks, I think, I believe. So we'll see how the Cowboys do certain things. They're saying, we're going to be aggressive in free agency. So we'll see, unless Micah Parsons has a pitchfork, a gun, or anything like that to say, hey, do something in free agency. Then we're possibly not going to get anything during free agency. So I'm going to be very cautiously optimistic about free agency. Obviously, my biggest main wants for the offseason, the free agency, get more linemen. I mean, the only lineman I can think of that's available that's good is Ronnie Staley, but you're probably going to get a lineman out of the draft somehow. And possibly maybe a running back. Maybe you can go after T. Higgins as a wide receiver, but we don't know yet. It's a what if thing. Last year we thought, all in, they're going to get everybody, but no. So, cautiously optimistic. But anyways, nonetheless, another rumor has said that Amari Cooper could possibly have a reunion with the Dallas Cowboys. Now, Amari Cooper has kind of fallen off a little bit. I mean, he's not the same as he was when he was in Dallas a couple of years ago, because when he was in Cleveland, he had a good year, but then he steadily just got lower and lower. I mean, he was serviceable with the Buffalo Bills this past year, but we don't know how his mobility is, and he's starting to show his age too. I think he's been in the league since 2016, 2015. So I wouldn't mind it. Just please be better than Zeke was. Zeke was just all it was just fan service that when Zeke came back. So if Amari Cooper comes back, great. He can be back with CeeDee Lamb, but if not, then I'm okay with it if he doesn't come back. But anyways, There has been no current, unless it's going to be updated later, no current contract extensions talks about with Micah Parsons. Now, I believe it was Stephen Jones said like, oh yeah, we're not going to wait like all the way up to training camp or almost to the season start to re-sign Micah. All I'm saying is, make up your damn minds and just either sign the guy or trade him, or just, I don't think they're going to release him because that's a lot of money, but either way, like, figure out something. Quit stalling. That's what they're literally doing, is stalling. They did the exact same thing with CeeDee Lamb and Dak last year, and it was just very tiresome last year. So I feel like they're going to do the same shtick again. Unless they get Micah paid before the draft, then I'll be really surprising that they do all these certain things. But we'll just have to wait and see because, again, it's all a waiting game. And it's so bad to wait. Especially me, a fan of this team that I got so frustrated about last year that we're still making idiotic move after idiotic move. I'm just glad we don't have a bad report card in grading. Because right now, the worst owner is Woody Johnson. And possibly David Tepper. But how and on top, I don't know. Maybe Jerry just gives them a lot of money and says good things about them. Who knows? But anyways, to other sad news. I know this was last week, but we're going to talk about it again. We're going to talk about it because obviously we're covering last week news, current news, and then rumors. Zach Martin has officially retired. 10-year veteran with the Dallas Cowboys. Always been a Cowboy. Sucks to see him go. But I think ever since, I think it was the Washington game or the Atlanta game that he got hurt, he just didn't look the same. I knew that from then there he was going to retire. He's going to go up to one of those guys that, great player, didn't win a ring. I mean, you can name a lot of players that are great players in NFL history that don't even have a ring, like Dan Marino and Larry Fitzgerald that don't have rings. Zach Martin, great player, great offensive lineman for the team. Never had anything wrong with him. Just never going to have a ring. And then lastly, for Cowboy news, Matt Eberflus has been saying that he wants to help Schottenheimer because of his past coaching staff. He basically wants to learn his mistakes from being a head coach and do better as a defensive coordinator. And basically, like, don't give the same things. Don't let Schottenheimer messed the same things up as he did when he first started coaching. So I'm still iffy about the Eberflus coaching choice. I'm still iffy on that, but I do think it's a little bit better than Mike Zimmer defense. And people will say, oh, he had a good defense when he was in Indianapolis, but that was years ago. We're talking about, it's about a what have you done for me business lately. Because he didn't run a decent defense with Chicago, maybe like 1 year or two, but that's it. His last year was horrible. So, I mean, again, I hate to reiterate myself. We just have to wait and see what happens. I mean, we're a long ways away from September, so I don't even know yet. So, there's all your Cowboys news for the week. We'll probably discuss more Cowboy news as it goes by the week because the NFL Combine is this weekend. We'll talk about interviews. Hopefully, Genty talks about the Cowboys because that's my personal pick, Genty, but we'll go into that more. But I have other picks I want to. But anyways, that's enough for Cowboy news. We'll talk about the NFL in just a moment. We got some Sonic news, very small Sonic news because obviously it's maybe like once a month we'll get some news. But anyways, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. Sonic 3 is now on Paramount Plus, but that's old. The movie came out already. Sonic Rumble news. Sonic Rumble is set to come out later in the spring, and I think if you register early, you get Amy's Pico Pico hammer. I haven't played the game yet. I didn't even play the beta when it first came out back in late 2024. I think it was when the beta came out, but. It doesn't have a release date. I remember like today or yesterday was meant to be the release date for Sonic Rumble, but I guess now it doesn't have a date yet. So it could either come out in March, it could come out in April, it could come out even in May. Who knows? But I hope because a lot of people in other countries have Sonic Rumble already on their phones, just not here in the U.S. So I'm excited to play it. It looks just like Fall Guys, but more crazier. and more like maps in general that's in the game. So I'm down to play it. And then lastly for Sonic news, because there's not too much. April we're supposed to be getting a Nintendo Direct, and that's almost a month from now. We'll definitely get some Sonic news there, hopefully, because they'll show off Sonic Racing Cross Worlds there, which that leads to Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Now, if you didn't see, Sunday I released a video footage of the Sonic Racing Cross Worlds beta that I played. Yes, I also want to say thank you to, if it's not sponsored or anything like that, but I want to say thank you Zega and the Sonic team and other team members are in the studio. I want to thank you guys for specifically or getting a bunch of players, including me, to play the beta. The beta, and then obviously I hope everyone, whoever is watching who got the beta, filled out the survey. I know I did. I wanted to give my feedback on them, but I just wanted to start out by thanking Sonic Team and Zega for allowing me to play the beta. And it's actually an honor because I've never been allowed to test anything early, especially from a big company that I personally am a fan of their franchise. So it's a big honor, and I'm blessed to be a part of the experience, the player, to play something like that. And obviously it's all glory to God, obviously. So anyways, the beta review, I personally enjoyed it. It was very much reminding me of Sonic and Zega All-Stars Racing transformed, but more bonkers and crazy. So that's easily what I can just easily describe it as. Let's start off with the negatives, because there's more positives than negatives. The negatives, it was a little bit glitchy, but that's obviously from the beta. You're gonna have glitchiness. The items were very overpowered, and the items were definitely glitchy. Like you would just hit other players, and like you just get random items as you go in the race. It was kind of a little annoying, but hopefully they're gonna fix in the beta. And a lot of the power-ups, like I said, were very overpowered. Like the drill, overpowered. The monster truck power-up, which is, I think, is gonna be like the all-star thing. Where, like, in Sonic is like All-Stars Racing, there's like a all-star mode where there's like they play the music and you go a lot faster. The motorcycle or the monster truck is actually the all-star thing, so it does go fast, but it's a little bit overpowered. And the laser is also, most of the Wisp power-ups are pretty overpowered, or actually pretty much broken. So hopefully they fix it. Hopefully they minimize, like maybe just like 2 Wisp instead of like 4. I think they were like Void, Eagle, I think it was one of them. I couldn't tell. The Boost Wisp, but that's fine, you keep that one. The Laser Wisp and the Drill Wisp. So we'll see about that. But the positives, I like so far the characters and the selection that's been confirmed already, that we're gonna get 23 racers and more with DLC, which got announced like very leaked on. Like it got leaked earlier in last week before the beta started, that hey, we're gonna be getting DLC from Sonic Prime characters and possibly Sega characters and maybe more. So I'm down for DLC. And the interactions from the characters are great. Sonic and Amy talking, Cream and Shadow, Cream and Zaz actually, Knuckles and Tails, etc., etc. I love the character interaction. You want to give your game some type of character, because we don't know if this game's gonna have an adventure mode, because I believe both Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing and Transform didn't have an overarching story. I think Transform had a storyline, but it was more of like doing missions after missions just to unlock characters. But those games didn't really have an actual like plot for a story adventure mode. But Team Sonic Racing did have an adventure mode, obviously with the Don Paw, who he is in the game. He is returning after 6 years of absence from the franchise, besides a GE Plus that came out last year. But we don't know yet if we're gonna get a story mode yet, but I do hope so. We get one, and maybe we get like actual cutscenes instead of like, oh, text bubble right here. Oh, I say this, but I'm like this, like, oh, I'm talking to you guys, something like that. Like they should learn the mistakes from Team Sonic Racing. Fix the online mode. The online mode could be, you can definitely tweak that up a little bit and fix that. But overall, Sonic, and also the stages were really good. I like the stages. Like you got levels from Sonic Rush, from Water Palace to this jungle, like dinosaur land from Sonic and the Secret Rings. Very obscure, especially from a storybook series game, which don't get a lot of love. I mean, the last time they got some sort of love was 10 years ago when they added Caliburn, and I forgot Shara from Sonic and the Black Knight and Sonic and the Secret Rings and Sonic Runners, which was a failed mobile game that was like lasted for like a year. But I'm glad they're finally acknowledging more about the storybook games, and maybe that could possibly lead us to a third game. I don't know, so that's too much to ask because those games were on the Nintendo Wii. But anyways, Sonic Racing Crossroads, I would probably give the beta a 7 out of 10, and I definitely would recommend people to buy the game when it comes out and launch, whenever it comes out. I would assume it would come out in the fall, or maybe like late winter, like in 2026, or winter 2025, like maybe say like November or December of this year. But I know they're gonna be doing like Sega and Sonic Team are gonna be doing more beta testing later this year, and I definitely don't mind doing it again. But I would give it a 7 out of 10, and I would recommend it, and I'm definitely gonna be picking it up on launch. But anyways, that's all the Sonic news. It took longer because I had a lot of thoughts about the Sonic Racing Crossroads beta, so that's why. But anyways, other news: UNT Spring Football, or Spring Ball, I like to call it, is going to be starting on March 23rd, I believe so. They're still going to be doing practices. I do plan to go live for that, possibly, but we'll see. It's in March because last year was in April, and I'm assuming that there's a lot of tampering going on, and so we'll do a live stream maybe. Who knows? I'll think about it. But UNT Spring Ball practices starts Saturday, and we'll go from there. Next up, that was also quick. These are like other news / quick news. So WWE Elimination Chamber 2025 is this Saturday. We got another pay-per-view. I still call it pay-per-view instead of live event or something like that, but I still call it pay-per-view. But we got our matches and other promos that are going to be happening. We got The Rock coming out to talk to Cody about if he'll be his champion. The men's elimination chamber, the women's elimination chamber. We got Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens in an unsanctioned match. And I believe that is all the matches that have been revealed yet so far. There could be kickoff matches. There could be last-minute matches that they add, especially tomorrow or 2 days from now for Friday Night SmackDown. But for I don't know what The Rock is gonna do. Maybe if he's his champion, I mean, maybe that could set up Cody and Rock, or Rock and Roman. I don't know how you add Roman since he's out in injury right now. So we'll see about that one. But that's a promo, so we can't really say anything about it. All right, so the men's elimination chamber match. We got Damian Priest versus Logan Paul versus Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk and versus John Cena. Now, obviously, half of these guys, mainly 4 of these guys, were in the Royal Rumble. Like, they lasted long in the Royal Rumble. They were like the last people that were in it. And the other 2, I mean, they were in it, but they got out already immediately once, like, Roman, Jey Uso, CM Punk, Cena, Paul, and Rollins got in. They were like your final 6. So, the least people, this is from least to I think who's gonna win. So I think the most person I don't think is gonna win is definitely Damian Priest. I don't think they're gonna have him face Cody. I don't think how you can build up a storyline between him and Cody in that quickly in the span of a month. Then I got Drew McIntyre. I don't think he's gonna win either. I don't know what their plans for Drew McIntyre's are. I don't know what his plans are. I don't even know who he would face at WrestleMania. So it's a bit another question to think about of who he's going to face at WrestleMania. Then I have Logan Paul. I know people are going to put their pitchforks. Oh, Logan Paul's this and that. I mean, I like Logan Paul. But, I mean, as much as I think that he's going to cost someone a loss here in this match, I don't know. I mean, I feel like they're teasing a lot about CM Punk and Logan Paul, which that would suck. I really want CM Punk to be in the title picture. But if it has to be that way, I think it's going to be a flip between Punk and Logan Paul. I think the way that they're setting the promos from Raw, the way Logan Paul eliminated Punk in the Royal Rumble, and they could possibly do something again at the Elimination Chamber. I just feel like Punk and Paul are going to be the ones tightening it up, and they're going to be the ones that fight each other and set up a storyline for WrestleMania. But that sucks to say, but it's probably what the plans are. Unfortunately, we won't get Cody and Punk at WrestleMania for the I think undisputed WWE Championship or the WWE Championship. So I don't know. Then I got Seth Rollins. I don't think they're gonna have Cody and Rollins at WrestleMania. I mean, maybe that would be cool. I mean, The Rock knows Seth Rollins. I mean, hell, they faced each other last year at WrestleMania in that tag match. I mean, I don't see any build-up with Rollins and Cody. I mean, you can make something. If Cody agrees to be Rock's champion, then you can have Seth Rollins be a babyface and Cody being the semi-heel, or the anti-hero of everything. Like, oh, I'm going this for Rock because I love his family or something like that. But in my humble opinion, I think it's going to be John Cena. Yes, he's old. Yes, he doesn't have a specific opponent for WrestleMania. I mean, definitely you can try with I just don't think they should take the belt off Cody yet. And that's hard to say, man. It really is hard to decide on it. I'll go with John Cena. Screw it. John Cena wins the Elimination Chamber. Next up, we got the Women's Elimination Chamber. We've got Roxanne Perez versus Bayley versus Naomi versus Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan versus Bianca Belair. We're going to start off from the least person to the person I think is going to win. Obviously, the winner of this match is going to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania because we already got Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. The least person I think who's going to win, I don't think Naomi nor Bianca Belair are going to win. I feel like they're going to stay in their tag division and they still got to finish their storyline with the whole who attacked Jade Cargill storyline. Unless they say, oh, Rhea Ripley attacked her and that's the one who's caused her injury. But I don't know. I don't think Naomi and Bianca don't need the title yet. I mean, they just lost the tag titles, but it would feel rushed to do Bianca and Rhea Ripley in a month to build a storyline. Unless she was the one who injured Jade Cargill. But next up, I don't say Bayley is gonna win. I think Bayley is just there to make the younger girls look good. So I don't see anything in Bayley. Then I have Roxanne Perez. I do like Roxanne Perez. She's doing amazing work, especially her work in NXT, having that really good performance against I think it was Raquel Rodriguez from Monday Night Raw this past week. So I mean, I wouldn't mind her winning. It'd be interesting to see her against Rhea Ripley. I get both Goths too, so we'll see. And then secondly, I wouldn't mind Liv Morgan winning, but I feel like they have done Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan to death for almost a year and a half now. And maybe just to give Liv Morgan her WrestleMania moment that she didn't have when she got injured last year or 2 years ago. Now she's gonna get this, so I wouldn't mind it. But really, I would like Alexa Bliss to win. Give her a title opportunity after she had a big return. Have her win the Elimination Chamber and build herself up. And why waste her return? Oh, she can be in the Battle Royal or have a match with freaking Bayley? No, at WrestleMania, no. I think Alexa Bliss should win the Royal Rumble. No, not the Royal Rumble, the Elimination Chamber, and it'll just be better for a lot of people. But that's that. That's the Women's Chamber. Then we got a tag match. We've got Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton versus Candice LeRae and Nia Jax. Now, one question. I do believe, didn't Candice LeRae turn heel or something like that? I forgot because it's been a while. So maybe she turned on her partner Indy Hartwell. But odd pairing. But I do think let's see, because you want to make Tiffany look strong before she faces Charlotte at WrestleMania. You definitely don't want to lose. You have to take the title off her. But I do think Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton are going to win because, Canada, hometown person. So, not much to say here. I mean, just make Tiffany look great. Make her look good. Someone liked the comment. make her look good before WrestleMania, and you definitely want her to look good and beat Charlotte at WrestleMania in Las Vegas. But that's about it. And the last match for the Elimination Chamber is Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens in an unsanctioned match. If I'm correct, how about Finn Balor play? I don't think Finn Balor's on the card. I don't believe Finn Balor's on the card. I just know he's just been arguing with Dominic lately, and you're like, oh, we need a new partner. We need a new partner. So I don't think he's on the card. I don't even think what Finn Balor's, but I think the rumor plan is AJ Styles and Finn Balor at WrestleMania. But again, and I see a lot of people on Twitter are clamoring for the Demon to be returning at WrestleMania. So that's that. But back to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. If I believe so, it's probably just going to be a basic match because we had Seth Rollins and Triple H from WrestleMania 33 back in 2017. That was an unsanctioned match. I think it's going to be a no DQ. Somehow it's going to end in no DQ, and we might get an Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens again at WrestleMania, but this time inside Hell in a Cell. I think the last time they had Hell in a Cell in WrestleMania was like WrestleMania 39 when there was Edge and Finn Balor in the Hell in a Cell. So, I mean, it doesn't sound like a bad idea. I mean, maybe, or better yet, do a street fight or some type of, or steel cage. You haven't done a WrestleMania steel cage since WrestleMania 37 since Braun Strowman and Shane McMahon. So, boom, there's your like stipulation match for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I think it's gonna end in no DQ. Like Kevin Owens just beats the living crap out of Zayn, and then they just go no good, no contest. Just to set up the storyline better. But that's so far the matches for the Elimination Chamber. Obviously, they're trying to stick with the four match format, and obviously the Rock promo with Cody Rhodes at the Elimination Chamber. I don't see anything with Jacob Fatu. I don't see anything about Braun Breaker. I don't see anything for Shinsuke or any of the mid-card champions. It's like, I guess they just don't want to do a whole lot of matches, and they want to save all the bigger matches for like WrestleMania Raw or WrestleMania SmackDown, and definitely WrestleMania Nights 1 and 2 when you do the bigger matches. But that is for the Elimination Chamber. Other news, the UFL kicks off in 1 month. I guess the only team I'm going to watch is the Arlington Renegades. But I'm down to watch it. I'm down to cover it whenever it starts around like March 27th, 28th, 29th, or 30th, whatever it starts. But I also want to go to the games too this year. I definitely want to try to make it out to a game this year. And then lastly, for other news, Luka had his revenge game against the Dallas Mavericks last night. I'm only covering this because it's Luka. And people are, still up in arms about the whole Luka and Mavericks trade that happened weeks ago. So they beat them. I forgot how they beat them, but the Lakers did beat the Mavericks in a revenge game. They won't play each other at all the rest of the season, so that was the last time. And Luka got his revenge. Anyways, that's all the news for the Anything show. Now to end off this show, we're going to do mock drafts, NFL mock drafts. So let me take my charger off here, and we're going to flip the camera just in a minute. Hold on. Alright, so sorry if the camera's going to be shaky, but we're going to do some mock drafts. What the heck is that? Okay, so we're gonna do a draft. We're gonna simulate, but we're gonna pick my Cowboys, and then we're gonna just do one round. But we're gonna enter draft. All right, so we're gonna wait. All right, so we're not gonna go over for our draft picks. We're gonna look at what where is best available for us. So type in the comments too of what we should draft. But for best available, we have Ashton Denty from Boise State, Mike Green, defensive end or edge rusher from Marshall, Jaheed Campbell from Alabama. Will Johnson from Michigan. Kenneth Grant from Michigan. Walter Nolan from Mississippi. Josh Simmons from Ohio State. Malachi Starks from Georgia. Emeka Ibuka. Kellen Banks. And then, let's end with that one. Derek Hanman from Oregon. Michael Williams from Georgia. And Shamar Sweat. And then Shamar Stewart from A&M, for Texas A&M. And there's a bunch of other ones too. But we'll talk about those ones. So, we talked about it before. I really do want a Genty, but I also wouldn't mind Emeka Ibuka. But we do need linemen. Zach Martin is obviously retired, so we gotta look about linemen. So we got Josh Simmons, and we have Ahmad Imembu from Mizzou, and we got Greg Zabel from North Dakota State. But honestly, I feel like we should wait to draft linemen. Plus, too, I don't see Will Johnson anywhere, so we're gonna pick Genty for now. We're gonna pick Genty. So, but the rest of the draft go towards. We're gonna do more simulations, and it's loading. Hold on. Now I just want to tell my results because it's telling me that subscribe to PFFF Plus. No, I just want to know my results. Sorry if it's taking a while. It's slow internet, that's why. Alright, so for my mock draft for 1.1 or 1.0, I've got Cam Ward going to the Tennessee Titans. I feel like Titans will get a quarterback in the draft. I just think instead of them going after a veteran like Aaron Rodgers or Sam Darnold to help Will Levis, I think they're going to full on get a new quarterback to challenge him and Cam Ward. Then I got Travis Hunter going to the Browns. I still think they're going to be stuck with a quarterback crisis, especially with Deshaun going to be out. And maybe you get a quarterback in free agency. Then I got Abdul Carter. I don't see anyone going for Abdul Carter to the Giants, but I think he's going to go to the Giants. And then we got Demetria McMillan from Arizona, wide receiver, heading to New England, because New England doesn't need a quarterback. They can try to get Travis Hunter, but we'll just have to wait and see on how that pick goes. Will Campbell to the Jaguars. I feel like Will Campbell will be a first-round pick. Unless the Cowboys draft up and get him, it would be massively insane if that happened. But Jaguars need lineman help, and they need to protect, Trevor Lawrence. And, they got the new coaching staff, new GM. You want to make sure everything goes right over there. Then I've got Shedeur Sanders going to the Las Vegas Raiders. It's just been theorized like crazy lately. And I think Shedeur is going to be a Las Vegas Raider. Then I've got Luther Burden III heading to the New York Jets. The Jets do also need a quarterback, but I think they're going to get like Sam Darnold or hell, maybe Matthew Stafford. Some type of quarterback that they'll get in free agency. Because there's no way that they draft a quarterback in the draft. It would be insane. But they do need more wide receiver help, and you've got Garrett Wilson wanting to leave, so we'll have to see about that. Mason Graham going to the Panthers. Panthers need more weapons to boost up that defense. Tyler Warren, tight end, heading to New Orleans from Penn State. It's looking like what's his name? He's the tight end that plays multiple positions for the New Orleans Saints, but he's gonna be leaving soon. And Tyler Warren can be your replacement. Then you got Jahdae Barron, corner from Texas, heading to the Chicago Bears. Because Chicago, they're going to be ramping up their defense now that they got rid of Eberflus. And, things like that. So maybe get him to fix your defense. Then I got James Pierce Jr. He is having a lot of character issues, but I feel like he will be a at least top pick. And he'll be heading to the 49ers. The 49ers are definitely going to need more defensive help. I mean, unless they go after Joey Bosa, since he's going to be possibly released from the Chargers. You can definitely get him to go alongside the Bosa brothers. We already went over Genty. Walter Nolan heading to the Dolphins, defensive or inside defense, whatever. It's from Ole Miss. Again, a lot of these picks I picked are defensive help, like Mike Green, Jahad Campbell. Definitely can be defensive helpers for struggling defense like the Dolphins, Colts, and Falcons had. Then I got Josh Simmons from Ohio State going to the Arizona Cardinals. Again, just like defense, offense needs help to protect Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. Get them out there. So Josh Simmons would be a great pick for the Arizona Cardinals. Then I got Malachi Starks from Georgia heading to the Cincinnati Bengals. Again, build up that defense for Cincinnati. That way it's not garbage again like last year was. And you got a top safety from Georgia to help you guys out. Then I got a crazy pick. Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State going to the Seattle Seahawks. Yes, they have Jackson Smith and Njigba, but you can pair up those guys and they could be beasts. And you still have DK Metcalf still out there to pay the way. If I were Seattle and he was still available, definitely go out there and make you like four-headed dragon of wide receivers. Why do you keep saying you did this? Isn't this like simulation? Yeah, but like this is my simulation of how I pick and separate things. Mean Green Cowboy. Who's Mean Green Cowboy? I don't know who Mean Green Cowboy is, but simulation, whatever. Then I have Will Johnson, corner, heading to the Buccaneers. Oh, shoot. Kelvin Banks Jr. to the Broncos. Again, more offensive lineman help for Bo Nix. Pittsburgh Steelers, they draft Derek Hardman. More defense. Kenneth Grant, more defense. All right, so for my friend David, Amar Benbu, tackle from Mizzou. Omarion Hampton, H-back from North Carolina to the Vikings. Matthew Golden, wide receiver for Texas. Now that Stephon Diggs is probably going to be leaving Houston. That's pretty much about it with that one. Shamar Stewart from A&M. Drafted to the Rams. Rams continue to bolster that defense. You had your stud in Jared Verse last year, so you definitely want to continue that stud defense. Michael Williams to the Ravens. Jalen Walker to the Lions. Again, helping defense out. Trey Amos, corner, to the Washington Commanders. Now that I forgot his name. He was like really skinny in the offseason, and they got rid of him. Help him out. Darius Alexander from Toledo to the Bills. Demetrius Knight Jr., linebacker. Definitely, if the Chiefs really want to go back to the Super Bowl, they can get this guy right here from South Carolina. And lastly, Gray Zay. Oh, this is a shit list. What the fuck? I know. I'm sorry, but this is 1.0. This is not my full draft prediction. We still have got 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, I believe, from the NFL draft. So. Again, anything can happen. But Greg Zabel, tackle from North Dakota State to the Eagles. But that's pretty worst mock draft I've ever seen. Hey, at least we drafted Genty. The Cowboys drafted Genty. I picked Genty for Cowboys to draft Genty. And then Shador going to the Raiders. Travis Hunter going to the Browns. Cam Ward going to the Titans. Abdul Carter going to the Giants. I mean, lately, you didn't even see Abdul Carter's draft stock go that high, and now it's like almost top 3 pick. People are even saying that he could be a top pick, like the number 1 pick of the draft. And obviously, you got that's pretty much about it for the mock draft. So yeah, we got more weeks to go till the NFL draft. I think it's like 7 or 8 more weeks, I believe. So it's not the final thing. But anyways, I guess Mean Green Cowboy, you can still talk. I know it's my list, so it's fine. You can criticize it all you want. It's fine. I can take criticism. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of the Active Anything. This will be a weekly show every Wednesday where we talk about NFL news, not NFL news, Cowboy news, Sonic news, and other news that I like to discuss. And then till the NFL draft, we'll be doing mock drafts. So, anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. The first episode of the Active Anything. Fix your stream is lagging like hell. I'm doing this from my iPhone. Sorry about that. But anyways, guys, I'll be signing off. And I'll see you guys on Sunday for the second episode of the Active Hedgehog. Anyways, guys, see you guys later.